Okay, so, geez, I don't know if this thing's recording upside down when I set it up like this, but anyways, just another vlog. Out in my car. It's a little bit past 7 p.m. and light's still out, so thought I'd head out here. But had about an hour-long conversation with my mom. I have gotten her flowers and some chocolate for Mother's Day, so hopefully it'll get there in time. Probably gonna go and get some flowers and possibly some chocolate as well for my grandma, and try to make sure it gets there in time or thereabouts. But so today I completed that. It's called the Complete PLC Programming Bootcamp on Udemy. So I got that done. I got a little certificate, and I've added that to my LinkedIn. Got the whole form download and that sort of deal, but I've added that to there. And now I'm starting off with the Complete Python Bootcamp. They actually had a sort of a sale on that, which they're usually having, but different times they put those out. But signed up for that, paid for that, and I'll be working on that, trying to get that done. No, it's not trying to. I will be getting that done. I'm not sure exactly, when exactly that'll be, because it's a little more involved, a little more intense. But the plan is knock that out, and then move down this list of programming languages, completing like boot camps for those, and then also once I get sort of the general boot camp stuff done, then the idea would be to probably take some more of those courses that are more to specific applications, like like for instance, like maybe with the PLC sort of path, if you will, there are boot camps or courses out there that are for specific systems. So were to complete those, and I could add that to my list of competencies, like, okay, I know how to program this and this and this different system for programmable logic controllers and HMIs and SCADA systems, that sort of deal. And then with stuff like Python, other programming languages, there are courses there for specifically for like data visualization, data analysis, or data science, software, automated software testing, that sort of stuff. And then there actually are some courses out there for really like specific like biotech related stuff. I know there are courses for like PCR primer design. There's stuff for LIMS, which stands for Library Information Management Systems, I believe is what it stands for, off the top of my head. But that's another area that's really relevant to biotech. And if you're going into like trying to become an automation engineer, I think that would probably be a helpful thing, because I believe one of the things, or systems integration engineer, another aspect of automation, so bringing all these different systems together, automating them, that sort of thing, like probably have some sort of library or database set up for any of these companies. And then if you're going to try and pull data from that, pull files from that have work lists on them for different tasks for the manufacturing floor, probably be a good idea to understand that sort of stuff. So that's why I'm like, I'm kind of doing that. I'm sort of knocking those out. And the idea is to essentially work my way through this list of skills for building an automation career, and be able to actually have something tangible. Because now I've completed this PLC programming bootcamp. I have, a collection of files that I've, made from working on the exercises in the course that I can add to my GitHub. And then, of course, the idea will be further down the line to do that with Python, and then SQL, and R, and C#, and finally Java. And, of course, there's probably some fun courses I could take. I mean, these things are interesting, and they're, fun in some sense, but they're really like career or job oriented, but there are, game programming courses out there that I could take, and I could, build some more games and that sort of deal. And, probably have like a repertoire of computer games that I would have built that I could, upload to those kind of sites where you can sell them, that sort of a deal. But, so I'm moving forward with that. Trying to keep myself focused on that because, and obviously try not to burn myself out. Obviously, there are times where you gotta like kind of take a break and sort of relax for a bit. But I got that done today, and I actually added that to my LinkedIn profile, so it shows up there that I completed this certificate program, and I have that. And I think I've talked about the jump certificates from SAS for like statistical programming. That's there. There is one free course that you can take, and then there's a certification exam for that. The certification exam costs $180, which means that if I were to go in and take that, I would want to make sure that I just passed it, right then and there, not have to retake it. So yeah, but that's the kind of stuff I'm working towards. And I'm probably gonna reach out to the Hamilton company again and ask them about just situation with the whole course, because I would rather just like pay for it now and get that locked in, because do that, maybe in a month or two I'll be looking back and being like, okay, I got all these certifications. I got that Hamilton programming certification. I can work on getting to level 2, and then after that it's to this other system called Advantage. So that would basically mean that I would have everything from that company under my belt in terms of being certified for that, for programming at least. I don't know if they really do service engineer certification or training right now because of COVID. They'll probably be bringing that back within the next year or so. But after that, it'd be like me moving on to other systems, other companies, contacting them and finding out, okay, how can I get trained up in this and that, those sorts of things. But for now, this is what I'm working on. And what else? Possibly we'll be having a job again, probably at the old company. They decide like which position they want to fit me into. And the plan would be, it's a 6-month temp to hire service setup, and the plan would be that work like hell, not just with that sort of overall idea or goal of becoming a permanent employee again, but work like hell to make that extra money, do overtime, all that, hit the ground running, that sort of deal, and to take that and throw that at my debt, because if I do that, I could probably have, I could definitely have the next student loan paid off in the next few months, and I could have like at least half of the car loan paid off, if not most of it or all of it, depending upon if I got to a point where maybe my stock was worth enough and I could liquidate that and then throw that money at the car loan. And I'll be rolling into the end of the year in a pretty nice spot financially speaking. Just has 2 student loan accounts, still to pay off, have a fully paid for car, be looking at things from a perspective of like, okay, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see myself, exiting on the other side with, no debt and, extra cash, that sort of thing. And academically speaking, obviously, like within the next month, I want to figure out and actually get it, settled that I'm registered for, classes this summer and then in the fall, so that I can, truly bounce back from this semester and just kind of leave it behind me as sort of a fading memory of, a time when things got tough, but it wasn't like the start of a whole new sort of fiasco. It was like a bump in the road, sort of thing. And yeah, so I guess it's day 6 of Nofap, but I think this is something that I mentioned before, was that, just getting through that first week or two, a lot of it is just like keeping myself busy and productive. And really trying not to dwell on a lot of stuff that like I find to be like negatives, especially from the past, because obviously you can't go back and you can't change things. And what's more so is that maybe as time goes on, you gain some perspective on it. You realize like certain things were going to happen a certain way, and it wasn't necessarily like your fault per se. It was just like the nature of the environment. And you're talking about like, especially if it was stuff that had to do with other people. Like we're talking about like the unpredictability, the volatility of like human nature and people being people. And you'd have too many factors to try to control to make for a sort of a perfect scenario where things worked out or manifested the way you wanted them to manifest. But anyways, I might just go back in and pass out. Trying to think of or find some things that I can just watch. Maybe after I wake up. That they're just purely like entertainment type stuff. I think I found me 1 or 2 movies on HBO now, because I have a subscription with them that I could watch for fun. There was like one sort of monster movie that I wanted to watch a while ago. But part of me kind of associates it with a conversation I had with that girl at the now former workplace. But I think, in some sense, I could probably still enjoy it. It's a movie about Bigfoot, basically. But yeah, so probably just gonna head back in, trying to sort of like pass out for a bit, get some rest, and then maybe we'll get up, maybe we'll watch some sort of entertainment before I switch back into getting certified mode, so to speak. So because I would like to get all of those knocked out in a relatively short period of time, and then if I so I go back and take some more like the optional courses that are like more application specific, I can go do that. But I'll at least have something there that I can show to recruiters and hiring managers, showing that I have some basis of knowledge in these different software development technologies or methodologies or programming languages, that sort of thing. Especially if I can get through some courses that are really like biotech specific, So, anyways, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I think a lot of stuff I might want to say is sort of like stuff I've mentioned or I've talked about in the past multiple times. This whole like sort of social commentary stuff. And I'm kind of the state of mind or so that like I have a lot of the stuff figured out now, based off of different sources, based off of personal experience, etc. And I have some of an idea of how the world works, but at this point, it's sort of like, instead of obsessing about it, getting angry or frustrated or depressed about it, like I'm just gonna go and try and take that knowledge and what I figured out about the world and basically apply it to build a better life. And a large part of that is what I'm doing right now with certifications, and then trying to get set up for some classes to bounce back from what happened this semester. And they're doing that with the plan to be like by next spring or so to be taking that class again and actually getting the A that I really need to get in it. And probably also got to start getting to work out. Something I've been needing to do for quite a while, so we'll need to figure out and actually implement that. But anywho, I don't know what else to say. So it's a relatively short video at this point. It's only about 15 minutes, and I know the last like several have been like half an hour to 40 minutes long. But yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see you folks around. Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.